Fear and hunger. Two emotions I feel every single day in my worthless chud existence. However, it's also a video game, and apparently a very good one. People have been begging me on their hands and knees with their tongue sticking out for me to play this game for, like, I think a year or two at this point, and I thought, why not? Finally, you know, why not? Give it a whirl. It's overdue, I'll admit it, it's long overdue, but I've heard nothing but things about this game. I think that's actually the only thing anyone knows about this game, to just hear things about it. Because in my experience, no one actually has played the game, but everyone's watched 3-hour lore deep dives about the game. So I decided to break the mold a little bit and actually play the video game. Very gothic immediately. Also immediately, this game was made in RPG Maker. So, it's got a lot to prove. I'll say that. It's got a lot to prove. RPG Maker games, they can be really good or they can be really bad. So, this game has got a lot to prove. Oh shit, there's a class system. Just like in real life. Mercenary, thief, assassin. Whatever brings the silver to the table. Mercenary is known for his dirty tactics in battle and crafty ways of gaining the advantage. Okay. Who's this, innocent little boy? Oh god, the UI is so squishy. The Knight. A knight with pure and righteous ways of the warrior. Having been trained for combat since a child, the Knight excels in close combat and with different weaponry. Okay. I heard this is like the Dark Souls of RPG Maker games. Now, is that true? My childhood priest, bearing no burden on such things as morality and ethics, gives Dark Priest an edge in blood magic. However, devoting oneself to magic has left his physical body weak. Dude, what the fuck? This is why I don't respect wizards, dude. Magic hands, sorcerers, mages, shit like that. If you can't bench 220, do not talk to me. Outlander. Hardened in the freezing winds of the north, Outlander is an epitome of survival. He knows all the tricks to stay alive, even in the most impossible of situations. You know what? Honestly, with the type of vibes that I'm getting from this game, I think a righteous man, a righteous, morally correct warrior would be perfect, because I have a feeling that this world is not very morally correct. So I want to fuck with him a lot. So I'm gonna choose Knight. Sir Ricswaza. A little unoriginal, but hey. This game contains scenes of extreme violence, gore, sexual violence, and drug usage. Sounds like a good Saturday. Fear and hunger. Oh shit. Okay. I'm getting psychologically molested in the first 10 seconds. I love this. Fear and Hunger or its sequel, Terror and Starvation. I don't want to get ass blasted, 2 seconds into playing the game. I think we're just going to do it standard, normal. Yes, of course. We gotta actually know what we're doing here, because I don't want to pick hard mode and then all of a sudden I get like drawn and quartered the first 10 seconds of the game. So yes, I need to know what the hell's going on. Oh. You were born with the soul of domination that makes people around you bend to your will. You are a natural leader, but you might often end up blind to self-criticism. He's a narcissist. I should have picked Dale Wilson, fuck. If your birth sign wasn't enough to warrant a future of greatness, you were also born into a wealthy noble family. At an early age, you were sent into training to become a holy knight of the kingdom of Rondon. Training to become a squire was a harsh school that spared no one, no matter if you were from a noble origin or not. A practice sparring match between you and a well-seasoned squire took place at the central training grounds. It is said that a fighter shows their true colors in their first fight. This applied to you too. When you saw the sword coming your way, you raised my buckler in defense or quickly stepped aside and dodged it. I'm gonna say I raised my buckler. I'm a true knight. You learned defense stance. As time went on, you proved out to be a gifted fighter and a valuable asset to the kingdom. However, the kingdom of Rondon claimed to follow the will of the gods in its pursuits for more power. But all the rewards seem to fall into the laps of the elite and the nobles sitting comfortably behind the castle walls. Thank God it's just a fantasy, right? Ruthlessly, the kingdom would expand its reign, reducing the feeble citadels to ashes and bloodstains, enslaving the poor womenfolk, whilst every man is slain. Only spare a child or two, that its legend may grow. Your devotion was shaken. You were all but ready to retire from the army, but your family insisted. No, they demanded you to stay as a holy knight, or else you'd bring great shame to their noble family. Break my ties and run away, listen to your family, and stay as a holy knight. I have a feeling that this character, he's so morally righteous, he's like, if we're doing this, I don't want any part of it. And he's like, but you have a duty to your family. It's not right. We're hurting people. We can't do this. So I have a feeling that I broke my ties with my family. I'm a wandering hedge knight. At this point, family ties waited no more than strangers you met at the dirty streets of Rondon. You completely cut ties with your family without hesitation. Damn, bro. Just as you were about to flee from the army, things took an unexpected turn for you. You met a captain of a small mercenary army who seemed to share the same ill will towards the kingdom of Rondon as you did. Common folk were starting to gather around the charismatic leader Lagarde, who shared humble origins similar to farmers and villagers alike. It was definitely something otherworldly in his stature. Does he have long, flowing white hair? Does he have long, flowing white hair and is dedicated to, to making a kingdom of himself? Lagarde saw potential in you, and with warm words, he almost seduced you to join his band of mercenaries. The band of the bird. The band of the penguin. Thanks to your rigorous discipline, you took a high position in his army. In the Knights of the Midnight Sun. That is a fucking baller name. Your army was growing fast in both size and influence in the western regions. The Kingdom of Rondon would first use your services to their own benefit, but soon saw you more as a possible threat to their modern reigns. Something changed with Lagarde as well. He kept more to himself and studied ancient texts and the cult. He became obsessed with some relics and artifacts that gave you ominous feelings and terrible nightmares. Is it like a little egg, a little red egg with a face on it? Things would only spiral towards madness even more when Lagarde decided to raid the northern capital, Oldgard. Without a warning or negotiations, Lagarde killed everyone who stood in the way between him and this mysterious ancient relic. It was this small overblow that was enough of an excuse for the Kingdom of Rondon to turn common folk against Lagarde and justify his imprisonment. As the troops of the Rondon army marched towards your clearly smaller army, you had to choose which position to take in the coming encounter. I am phenomenal at defense, so I'm gonna say manage defenses. You get a long sword and an eagle crest shield. You also get plate mail and leg guards. The Knights of the Midnight Sun lost the fight. Many of your comrades were slain, but you managed to escape the battlefield. Lagarde was taken as a captive, and to be used most likely as propaganda. You knew you didn't have much time before he would be sentenced to death, so you had to act fast. Even if it seemed like a suicide mission, you decided to save Lagarde from the prisons he was held in. Before leaving for your desperate journey, you decided to stock up on equipment and items. I'm gonna stock up on food. You get 3 dried meat, a moldy bread, and cheese. Huh. This is an awesome setup. Like, save your character? Yeah, absolutely. The dungeons of fear and hunger stand in front of you. That's the plot of the game. I have to save Lagarde. This is an awesome setup. Damn, they fucked up this horse. A dead horse is laying down here. Beat it! Investigate. Based on the stage of decomposition, the horse has been dead for approximately 1 week. Beating the horse produces no effects. Wag. The barking is getting closer. Seems to be lightly equipped. I guess let's bounce. Holy shit, what the fuck? Hey, oh! Jesus Christ, these 2 fucking giant dogs. I'm not talking. I could just run. What about attack? Oh shit, I can attack specific parts. Jagged jaw. What if I just beat their heads in with a do I have like a sword? I have to have like a sword. No, I don't. Ow. Ow. And he just slice his little head off. That didn't do fucking anything. Ow! Heads or tails? Heads. Yeah, I mean, call it. He takes a great leap at you. The hounds are hot on your tail. Can we just fucking... Let's bounce, dude. We gotta go. We gotta bounce. Let's just bounce. Let's bounce. The party tries to escape. Mauled by wild dogs. The adventure didn't even start. I was mauled to death by wild dogs. Holy shit. You've got to be That's amazing.